Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, where another photograph has surfaced because Angel is of course stashing yet more evidence. So there is a problem in the photograph which I think has got to do with the exhaust and what looked like a piece of paper or something in there, so we're gonna go from there and see if we can figure out what the problem is. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honour?
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf or any kind in this photograph. ...
A muffler is also a part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honour. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. Now, muffler was mentioned in a conversation on the mobile phone, I think, wasn't it?
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Objection! Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
Okay, so we're going to have to present something here. So the only thing I can think of off the bat is this. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. So I think it's going to be this because that can't be a coincidence that muffler was said, right? Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Okay, so the muffler could refer to the muffler on the car or the scarf thing. Muffler, yeah. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh!
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? ...
I suppose so. Phew. That was close. But we made it. Why is that so slow? At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry? Apparently so. Even after all these little lunch bribes. To be continued. Okay, cool. Yes, let's save. Okay, let's go. February the 23rd, 11:56 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface? But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today you were swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. This is Marshall? Yeah, okay. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a young'un, at least. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come and take a look and see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there, anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now, don't that just beat it all?
Huh?
I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time.
Oh yeah, it brings me back to something from a few episodes ago. Sorry to stop, but apparently, yeah, the flask, like, there's no alcohol in these games, apparently. So I guess it's just juice or something. I don't know. Looks like it'd be alcohol, but apparently there's just no alcohol in the Phoenix Wright Attorney games. Well, any of the Ace Attorney games, I guess. Okay, so we read that. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What?
At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I reckon.
What does that mean? She wasn't wearing it there. In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. I mean, could it just be that she put the muffler in the muffler? Is that what's going on? So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the ball by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that ball go, or, well, time will tell.
I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs.
Okay. I like this guy's character, actually. At first, I found him a bit annoying, but I quite like him now. 12:32 PM, District Courtroom number 9. We're back in court. And Angel is nowhere to be seen.
I'd like to resume.
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Oh, God, Edgeworth's a bit mad.
Something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes.
Is he a poet?
What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent.
It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it's time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation.
This is unacceptable! He's mad.
It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Excuse me, knock knock. Who's this?
Who's there?
Oh my God, who is this? We've not seen this guy before. What's with this guy? Those glasses are cool. Look at those glasses! I mean, yeah, they are glasses, yeah. A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. I like the music as well. I've not heard this music before. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he?
Ah, it's you.
Who? Is he going to say anything? Oh, haha! Sorry I'm late. Aji, the roads were packed. It's just me. Who's Aji? Long time no see, eh, Aji? How you been? Swim much these days?
Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy.
Wait, his name is Aji? I've always wondered what his name is. Unless it's like a play on the word judge, like Judgy, Aji. I don't know. Judge Aji, is that his name? Busy smissy, Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Aji seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Ah, so you're Raito, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. So sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? Oh, God, I can't keep up with his nicknames. You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly! Little Worthy? I guess that's Edgeworth.
Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police?
That's the chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district.
Okay. Name's Gamp, Damon Gamp. Pleased to meet you, everyone. What a character.
So what do we owe this honour today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime scene occurred, or when the crime occurred, Mr. Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less. I like this guy. I mean, it's like actual design, like the way he looks is really, really cool. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us.
What's this?
What is that? Is that like a knife holder or something?
It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running?
Mr. Edgeworth.
How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Now, wait a minute, Worthy.
I've no desire to hear your excuses.
I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistake in that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. Oh no.
That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had...
Your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel.
But you're the person in charge.
I'll expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't get too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
Yeah. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gah!
The court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defence a favour first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at this the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honour? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it up for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore.
Really? Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. True. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Alright, fine. Okay, we're not even doing this, it's doing it itself, so... Could have just gone left and just gone back round, but okay. Right, here we go. So SL92, so that's going to be the label. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 if DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. Huh? What is? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this somehow. Really? Okay, fine. So we've got like a button now. I just want to see if there's anything on the reverse side before I press the button. Doesn't look like it. All right, well let's release the blade. Ah, don't scare me like that. Okay, so the end of the blade is missing, and there looks to be like dried blood on here. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? That was my thinking. Switchblade knife added to the court record. Found at the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. So, I'm guessing this might be what cut Lana's hand. And then she wrapped it up in the thing? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself.
I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife?
Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. Okay, witness testimony, department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Okay, so we're going to have to prove links to the case so that he'll spill the beans.
There was a murder at the police department. A detective.
That's hush-hush information, Archie. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Ah. So another detective was murdered there? Because this could potentially be straying into serial killer territory then. Objection! Wait a second. You said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Oh, so another murder happened at the same time?
Order, order.
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright.
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. The chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. So, the 2 murderers would have to be working together then. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Alright, we can do that. It's time for the cross-examination of the Chief of Police! Alright guys, well, we will do this in the next episode because we're out of time. I'm looking forward to this. I like this character's design a lot. He looks really, really cool. Can't wait to see what he's got to say. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to our patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zolties, and I'll see you next time.